I'm 34 years old. I don't have a career. I don't have a wife. I don't have a home. I don't have any kids. And I can't help but to feel like I'm behind in life. I can't help but to feel immense shame. I can't help but to feel like, why is it so hard for me to try to get my life together? While I watch other individuals, other friends, other people that I see in my life that seem to be winning, traveling, getting married, having kids, buying homes, succeeding in business. And as I get older, it just kind of creeps up on me more and more. And the reason for this video, I feel like a lot of people can really resonate with this pressure to be successful, right? Or this struggle to try to get your life together, and it is feeling like no matter what you do, it just doesn't seem to fall in place. And as I sit with this struggle, I think about just the societal pressure, the societal expectation to have your life together, right? To have a family, to have a career by a certain age, and if you don't have that, you're almost like kind of looked at as a failure. And it's so weird sometimes, like people in society will like look down at me for someone who isn't well established in their career, or they don't seem to be of status. And I notice people in the world, especially here in Los Angeles, where there's a lot of ego, where I'm treated differently, I'm looked at differently, I'm disrespected, or just kind of looked at as someone lower, like someone in a lower class in society. It kind of sucks, and at the same time, like, has I know it has nothing to do with me, but I just find it kind of sad that that's how society is running, right? It's like it's not on the basis of our character. It's not on, how kind we are. It's especially in really big career capitalistic societies like Los Angeles. It's like you are completely judged, and your first impression is everything, and the first thing that they ask you is like, oh, what do you do? So you may be wondering, like, why 34, like, why am I thinking about this now? And I think a lot of individuals, when they get in their 30s, they start really thinking about this stuff of like, man, like I want, is the career I'm in fulfilling, or do I even have a career? Or man, I didn't really want kids growing up, but now, like, as I'm getting older, like I can feel that coming up for me, right? I was a very lost individual growing up. I All throughout my teenage years and through my mid 20s, I was pretty degenerate. I was drinking and smoking and uh, selling marijuana in high school, and chasing girls, partying, going to Vegas, and just like a very, very lost soul. And it wasn't until I kind of had a wake up call where my father had passed away, where I really started to kind of take inventory of my life, effect that trauma has on the psyche, the effect of what trauma has on someone's belief systems about themselves, around their own self-belief, around how they feel about themselves. And those are the biggest things that are in the way for someone to be quote unquote successful, right? I won't get into too much detail, but I've been through a lot of abuse, a lot of sexual abuse, physical abuse, narcissistic abuse, neglect, things of that nature. So for the past 7 to 9 years, I've been like on this crazy healing journey to try to uncover these invisible weights that's always been on top of me. It's been a struggle, and I think a lot of individuals like myself kind of underestimate how long it takes to actually get to a healthy place mentally. And I feel in my journey that the success will come, like the quote unquote the career and the wife and the kids will come when there's a much stronger foundation in mental health. And that's what I'm really just trying to keep faith in, that like my journey is just different from normal people, and I have a very different route, and I'm being guided to really uncover and untangle my past and to uncover my psyche, because according to psychology, we can't move forward if we have really messed up belief systems around the world, messed up belief systems around ourselves. So until I tackle that, like, I can't really move forward. Yeah, and also becoming 34 and just feeling like I really just don't deserve like a wife right now. And right now I'm not trying to date. Like, I really want to focus on my career, but there's this like really big part of me of like, I feel like a lot of men struggle with this, feeling like they don't deserve a relationship or don't deserve love because they don't have their finances in order. And I think that's a really huge issue in today's society. And I think a lot of men struggle with that silently. And it cuts a little bit extra deep because, as society, we have these expectations of what you're supposed to be doing. And especially if you're raised with parents who had very high expectations. I'm half Asian, so those expectations are really high. And my other Mexican side, there's high expectations for me. And can't help but to feel like a bit of a failure from not meeting those expectations of your parents, not meeting the expectation of your peers, meeting the expectations of society, just kind of feeling like an outcast. I think individuals like myself who struggled most of their life, that had to do life on their own, kind of, hold their own emotions and struggle on their own. Like, it's really hard for individuals like myself to ask for help, to say like, hey, like, I actually need help with trying to figure out my life. And I think people can really resonate with that, because I think a lot of us are struggling in whatever area of our life, whether it's career, trying to find a partner, or just mental health, and getting our life quote unquote in order. And even though there's a lot of shame and a lot of frustration of where I'm at, there's a lot of I'm actually proud of the work I've been doing for the past 7 to 9 years, going to therapy, going to plant medicine retreats, and doing different somatic exercises to really heal my trauma. Because, even though a lot of these people who are quote unquote successful with wife, kids, house, career, I see a lot of things that they lack, which is depth, and they lack true intimacy with themselves, true intimacy with their peers, true peace. And I'm seeing for my journey, and maybe you can relate to this, that like people like ourselves are being guided in a different way to really build a foundation and a different structure than other individuals. That maybe the structure and the foundation for us is to get our mental health in order first, right? To deal with our demons now, because we see this all the time. People become successful and their inner demons, whether it's lust or greed or whatever, can be somebody's downfall, right? So maybe the universe or God or whatever's in charge of this whole matrix system, this whole game of life, is leading individuals like ourselves who maybe had a really challenging life, who are maybe we're being led to do life a little bit differently, do life in a way that feels more structured and has more faith and has more trust, and building a foundation that can actually last, right? It's like without a strong foundation, like a building can fall. So I think I'm really just trying to understand faith a bit more, that an acceptance of like, yes, I'm 34, yes, I'm still struggling with my mental health. And, there's parts of my journey where I feel really good and really being proud of my character as a man. So I think I'm just trying to practice acceptance and trust that everything is happening in divine order, and I'm being guided, and everything that I want has already been heard by God, heard by the universe. Then that is going to come in due time, as long as I keep leaning into to trust and to keep being with each unfolding step of my life. And for those who are watching this video who are probably going through very similar things that I am, I think I want to say I think, and I also know that we're going to be okay. Like, regardless, like, I feel like if you're watching this video, you're really protected and really guided by something greater than beyond ourselves. So I think it's important to keep coming back to faith, keep coming back to trust, even though when it's hard, to ask for help, to accept exactly where we are in this moment in time, which is hard. I'm not gonna sit here and say like it's an easy thing to do, but when I do come back to trust, when I do come back to faith, when I do come back to acceptance that like, hey, I'm my route doesn't look like everybody else's, and I have a very different journey than everybody else's, and when I come to realization, like in those moments, that that's okay, there's like just a different level of peace that really washes over me, and I hope the same can happen for you guys. So if you're watching this video, I hope you enjoyed it. Please check out some other videos that I've made, or check out my channel. It's all about masculinity, self-development, mental health, dating, relationships, and sexual alchemy. All right, y'all. You guys have a blessed day.